Hello everyone, it's me Waddles. Today we're going to talk about a feature that needs some work, at least in my eyes. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I hope you enjoy it. If you'd like more of these videos, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Don't forget to drop a follow on my brand new Instagram as well. It's linked below. So the feature, you can see the title, but say hello to the Ravager. The Ravager is a not ugly, maybe ugly, hostile mob that was added in 1.14. It spawns into your world as a part of a raid. This creature is pretty cool, but I think it needs some work. Now, I'm not the only one that thinks of this either. The idea that I'll be detailing in this video is a combination of the community's ideas as well as some of my own. The Ravager needs an improvement. Here's how. So first, the problem. What's wrong with the Ravager, you say? Well, the Ravager looks cool, that's all good. The attacks and the sounds are pretty good as well. It's actually pretty neat how raiding mobs can also ride the Ravager into, battle? I don't know if it's much of a battle, but they can ride the Ravager, which is cool. The problem arises upon the Ravager's death. When the player or something kills a Ravager, it only drops a saddle and some experience. I don't know if that's it. That's just not cutting it. So. The fix. How do we change that? How do we fix it? Well, the easy thing is saying, add a new drop, and that's exactly what I'm proposing here, but what is the drop? The new drop should be known as the Ravager Horn. Since the saddle has a 100% drop rate currently, I'd say the drop rate of the Ravager Horn should only be a 50% drop rate or even a 33% drop rate. It should not drop every time. And to be clear, I think the saddle should always drop still. The saddle should remain a 100% drop. It's fine like that. Now, what does this new horn item do? Well, first let's go on a little bit of a lore detour. If you've taken on a raid, you've probably heard the horn sound. Where does that sound come from? How is it made? Like, what? How? I mean, most of the other sounds in the game can be explained within reason, even a majority of the creepy cave noises. The distinct horn sound, however, has no explanation whatsoever. The existence of this item would give it one. But anyways, lore schmore. What does the item actually do? Well, it makes noise. I imagine the Ravager Horn item being a bit of a mob deterrent, particularly of the Illager variety. When a player uses the horn, the same raid starting horn sound would play. If there were raiders around when the player used the horn, they would get worried. This new item would tie into the new raid mechanics mainly, by the way. Once the horn has been blown and the raiders are all worried, they would lose sight of their goal for a short amount of time. Instead of pillaging, raiders would run around frantically, sort of like villagers do when they're nervous or worried. After a short period of immense worrying, the raiders would go back to raiding. The horn would act as a nice little deterrent and would allow the player just a bit more time to defend their village. But wait, there's more. That's not all. This horn should be a potion ingredient as well, sort of like the Phantom Membrane. There were actually no potions added in the 1.14 update, which, in my opinion, is a missed opportunity. I believe the Ravager Horn should be able to be mixed into a potion of worry. The worry effect would cause mobs to get nervous and run around. The effect would work on pretty much every mob in Minecraft. I'm not a developer, but I believe this would be pretty easy to implement. When I say nervous, at least for non-villager type mobs, I'm talking something like cow running around like crazy after being hit, or skeleton running from the sunlight. Basically, the potion scrambles the AI of the mob and freaks them out without actually dealing any damage whatsoever. When used on a player, controls would be randomized for a short amount of time. Pressing forward wouldn't necessarily move you forward. This would be really just trippy and crazy and kind of cool. Now, to be clear, blowing this horn only implements the worry effect on raiding mobs, or mobs that can spawn as a part of a raid. Cows are not afraid of the horn sound, they don't even know what it is, so yeah, that's that. Now let's talk about crafting. This part is pretty simple. A Ravager Horn alone wouldn't work as a Siren or Horn item, but once combined with 2 string, you'd be good to go. Why? Well, the string is for holding it, of course. And that's actually about it. I believe by adding a unique custom drop to the Ravager, the mob would stand out a little bit more. This item could be tied into the raid mechanics pretty easily. The item would also make handling raids a whole lot easier, especially over on Bedrock where there is no locator bell mechanic. But, of course, what do you think? Do you like this idea, or do you not? Tell me down below. If you liked this video, then drop a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Don't forget about those notifications so you can catch the new guide episodes when they're out and the other videos as soon as they're out. I upload every day. If you love what I do and you'd like to support me, maybe become a channel member. There's a join link down in the description below, or you can slide over to Patreon for some other rewards like access to my fan server. My name is Waddles. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Go have a good day.